All right. So, Man City 2, Chelsea 0. Now, I think it's safe to say that we do need a striker. Now, I'm not saying we overly created so many chances that we needed, a striker to take that away. But I think one or two of those chances that we created, and when you're playing against a team like Manchester City or any of the teams in the Big Six, right? When you get a half chance, when you get a chance, when you get a quarter chance, you have to try and convert it to a chance and then to a goal. Listen, Manchester City is not a team where you're going to give many of these chances, right? But even if you get one or two, you see what Haaland did. They didn't create too many chances today, to be fair. But they took their chances. You saw what Kovacic did. You saw what Haaland did. It was almost as, you can call them half chances, but they took their chances. Now, when we look at the scoreline, there's going to be people, mostly the rivals, are going to say, oh, Chelsea is shit, dog shit and all that stuff. Look, this is Maresca's first game in the Premier League as a Chelsea manager. This is probably one of many of our players' debut today as Chelsea players, right? And you're playing Manchester City. We're not playing a team like Leicester City or Ipswich and not disrespect to those teams, but we're playing the champions, right? Team that have been doing it for 5-6 years, even 7 if you want to put in the other times that they've won. So I'm not overly concerned. Of course, there are certain moments in the game where I was like, we needed to be more threat, go threat. Like there were moments in the game I'm like, just stop moving the ball around. I understand that we want to be a position-based team. But when we are around the 17, 16, 18 area box of the opposition team, I'm expecting players who have got the capabilities of shooting to be able to shoot. I'm expecting players like Enzo Fernandez. I'm expecting players like even Jackson. I know they might not be good, but I want them to take these shots. Now, we have too many technical players, man. Our players are too technical. You look at Pedro Neto, you look at Judesbury Hall, even Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, Cole Palmer. Our players are too technical. We need a player like Osimhen. A player that don't need to have an extra touch in the box or outside the box. A player that just looks at the goal and just take his shot. Because we can't go into this season with Jackson as our main striker. I'm sorry. Even McGill, I love the kid. I think he's got so much that he can offer, but not right now. I think we need that Osimhen type of striker. Even Ivan Toney, I don't actually understand why anybody is not going for Ivan Toney. Chelsea, why are we not going for him? We need a player that is not that technical to take these chances, man. Listen, looking at the game today, of course, as a fan, I would have loved to come up with 3 points, even a point, right? But even though we didn't come up with a point or 3 points, like I say, I'm not as overly concerned as probably other people are going to be. I expected us to lose anyway. No, I didn't want us to lose. But realistically, I didn't see us winning. Of course, they didn't have Rodri. They didn't have Foden came in the second half. But I didn't actually think that we were going to go there and win. That's my opinion, right? Now, I know when we talk about the prediction, I said Chelsea is going to finish in the top 4. Yeah, I'm still up on that. But I didn't actually expect as our first game, Enzo Maresca, to actually come in and take 3 points away from City. I thought maybe the best we could have done today was come up with a draw. That's the best I thought we could do. But somewhere still, we move on. Now, we're going to talk about the players more into the player ratings. But I didn't actually think that our midfielder, apart from Romeo Lavia, Caicedo had a good game. Lavia had a good game. But I thought Enzo Fernandez was rubbish. If you're going to be Chelsea captain or vice captain, if you're going to be responsible for wearing that badge, don't make me regret selling or trying to sell Conor Gallagher. Don't make me regret that decision, because I came on here and I was supporting the club for trying to sell Conor Gallagher. Don't make me regret that. Because what I saw from Enzo Fernandez today, he was bad. Too many touches in the box. You get the delivery in the box. You can't even you can't even get hold of the ball for you to be able to shoot. You can't even make a good pass. You can't even defend. He was bad. Like, I'm sorry, I love Enzo Fernandez, and I actually think that it's better we keep him and sell Conor Gallagher, but he was bad. Other players that came on didn't really do much. Neto didn't really do much. Again, I don't blame him. It's his debut for Chelsea, but we were shit. Enzo Fernandez was shit. Now, our defense, I'm starting to think that to some degree, Colwill is a little bit overrated. Yes, of course, he wasn't as bad as he was in pre-season. But then I think we should have brought Tosin and just try to see what he would have, maybe brought on the table. One player, though, I have to give props to is Cucurella. I know he didn't necessarily stop Haaland today, but he did what he had to do. We saw when he was playing against Doku, they had to move Doku away. I'm not sure if that was the reason or they just wanted to try with Savino. But that boy Savino is a good player. Now, I'm not here to give props to Man City players. I'm here to talk about our players. I think Cucurella did well today. Vega, when he came on, I think he did, he did all right. For fun, I think he did all right. We're going to do a player ratings video, but I thought we were not good. I thought we were terrible in terms of I'm confusing myself. I thought Enzo Fernandez was bad. And Jackson, don't get me wrong, I know he didn't have as much preseason as the other fellas, but he was bad. Normally, he doesn't score goals, but he will give you something. I didn't see anything today. Christopher Nkunku, again, I don't know whether it's because we play him on the wing. Maybe he's better as a 10. Please, take off Enzo Fernandez as a 10. Play him as a 6 or an 8, not as a 10. Please. He was bad. Now, with Jackson, let's see with fitness coming play, Neto as well. Let's see how they turn out to be. Christopher Nkunku, let's see how they turn to be. Cole Palmer, again, he wasn't to his best, but he did quite a lot of good things today. Of course, he missed possession a couple of times, but I think he did more than he did bad. He did more good than he did bad. So, I will give him a pass. But yeah, man, we just looked like we were there. We were quite there. It's just, we're missing that. Like, everyone should put on their shooting boots. Like shoot. Even if you don't end up shooting the ball, just put it in the box though. Put it in the box. When you put those balls into the box, something might happen. You might get a penalty, you might get a handball, you might just put it in there. We are spending too much time moving the ball around just outside the 18 area box. We're moving from the 7 to 11 to 10 to 8 to 6. We're just around the area. We're not actually penetrating. Pause. But you know what I mean. Yeah, man, but I'm not overly concerned though, but I would have loved to come up with the win. But it's City, so it is what it is. Yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see. We move, man. We move. But yeah, man, we are.